What do you think the effects of Google Universal have been and will be on the industry?
Well, I think it's going to, we'd already been shifting from search engine optimization as a technical function more towards a marketing function, and I think Universal is really just kind of is the last wake-up call for any search marketer that was relying on just a very narrow focus of let's just tweak some code and let's just make some, do some changes here. I think Universal Search really gets search marketers thinking more on a global campaign in terms of marketing, and that is there are other channels we need to look at. It's not just about can we penetrate those 10 blue links on a page. It's are we leveraging video content? Are we helping our clients' images to get into the index as well? And not only just getting them in there for the sake of it, but what images do we want to show up, and how does that benefit the business? It's one thing to have a number 5 image result on Google Universal, but how does that benefit the company? Because you don't want to just drain your bandwidth by having these images showing up for no reason. Is there a good solid reason to bring people in? So I think that Universal Search is really helping. I think it's going to make search marketers more aware of the different types of web content that need to be touched with optimization, and I think that's a good thing because we're moving into a multimedia world. Content is changing. Not only are we seeing more video content, proof of this is this actual video, but we're seeing micromedia, so we're seeing things with Twitter, we're seeing things with mobile content, and all of those things need a search engine marketer's touch. And so I think Google Universal was almost like it was kind of good in a way that Google didn't go right out and say, okay, every search is going to be universal. Everything's going to have video, news, blog blended into it, because that would have been a shock to the system. We're seeing it on very popular, very topical things, and so that's kind of introducing us to it gradually so that as marketers we can kind of get a feel for what do we need to do here and how does it benefit our clients.
And it's here in the middle of August when we're recording this. It's actually only still just turned on in the United States market, so there's another shoe to drop there around the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been talking with a lot of people here this week, and one thing that keeps coming back time and time again is how difficult it has become to be an optimizer these days. There's just so many things you have to know to rank well, to keep your rankings high, and with the changes to universal search pushing down the organics, there's kind of a general feeling that almost Google is driving marketers to SMO, social media optimization. Do you think that's true at all, that SMO is actually benefiting by how difficult it is to optimize on Google?
Well, yeah, I mean, you certainly when you look back at recent discussions about paid links, and so Google's making it very difficult for marketers to utilize paid links. They'd rather you didn't do it. They want your competitors to shop you if you are using paid links. And so what's the natural alternative? Well, the old way is to just grunt work of building links, but you could use social media marketing to put together some great link bait, some kind of viral content that gets onto the homepage of Dig and brings in lots of visitors, but then filters out to the rest of social media and gets you links from blogs and things of that nature, which all help you with your search engine ranking. And so Google is, we are seeing that ever since things like the sandbox effect, where now it's not a case of just putting up a great site that's optimized and relevant and pointing a few links to it. You've really got to convince Google that you're an authority. And so, if you can get a swarm of links from a number of different popular news sites or bookmarking sites, then that's going to help to convince Google of that. So that goes back to, I really think the lines are blurring between SEO and SMO, because I think that it's going to be virtually impossible to be one without the other. And I think that I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple of years we actually see a single acronym, if you like, that describes both, because I think they're so intertwined that I don't think you can distinguish between an SEO and a social media optimizer. I think you're going to just have one person that does both because they're so key to each other.
What are we going to see new out of you? I've heard rumors that you're working on a book.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking haggled these days, is working on a book. Fortunately, I have a co-author as well, and Dr. Judy Strauss, and so between us we're writing this book, and we as far as we can tell, it's the first book on online reputation monitoring and management. And We're really excited about it because we cover everything from why your brand is important online and how the conversations influence the perception of your brand, whether that's a company brand or an individual brand. But we also cover a number of things like online public relations, so like optimizing your press releases so that they spread further. Search engine reputation management, so if you've got something that's negative that shows up in the searches in Google, then how do you manage that? How do you try and push positive content in there? And we touch on blogging and monitoring and all that kind of stuff. So it's very exciting. It's a lot of hard work, but I think when it comes out probably early 2008 in the spring, I think it will be something that I hope a lot of people will get a lot of value out of it.
Hopefully we'll have time to have you back again sometime.
Yeah,
so,
sounds good.
Because we're out of time right now. I appreciate you being with us,
Thank
Andy.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.